Testing. There we go. Now all I need to do is oh boy. Rush. Completed. Okay. Alrighty then. Good morning. Good morning. Here with another review of the markets before things get crazy for this week. I was looking through the news. I see that we do have a couple of reports coming out today. It is Monday morning. Starting off the day looking at the overall market, the NQs probably shift down through the QQQs and the SPY. Right now, the NQ has made a move down. We previously, last week, we marked this level up here that had got tested once. And then during the weekend or whenever the weekend started trading, came back up here to this 20K or 20,200 and failed it two more times before the open today, and has now moved back down here to a previous level that we marked of these three little hits right here. 1, 2, 3 that I was looking at as possible support. But at this point, I just want to see what happens today. Now, no news has come out that I've seen that would shift the narrative from the whole jobs report thing to stop it from going up to come down. I haven't seen any really bearish news, but I did see that oil continues to rise. Oil was down here at what, 60? Come on. Oil was down here at, hit a low of 66 and has risen to $75 per barrel over the last couple of, or since the beginning of the month, basically. So in 7 days, it's risen $10. We did have a couple of other movers. Let me go over here to, actually, let me change this. I like it like that and that. Let's do that. Okay. All right. So, yeah. Okay, let's go over here to the scans real quick. And on the scans, we can see, make sure everything is there. On the scans, we can see we had a gapper, 100% gapper, which is looking weird on Napa. I think it's an acquisition. TIGR, which was a mover from last week, still up 12% with 8 million shares on it today. NVIDIA, and let's go by volume actually. All right, let's catalog by volume. Napa, TIGR, NVIDIA, SQQs, SRRK up 230%. SOXL, NIO, YINN, SOXS. So let's look at Napa news. Let's look at, I don't even know if Tiger got any more news. We'll see though. And then SS or SRRK. Those are going to be our biggest movers for now. Let's swing over here and see what they got. First, starting with Napa. The Duckhorn portfolio. Press releases 2 hours ago. The The Duck Horn portfolio announces fourth quarter and fiscal year 2024 financial results. I don't know what kind of company this is. I've never heard of them, so let's go look at what this thing is. Napa. I wonder why their ticker is NAPA. Almost disconnected from everything else. Okay, amounts are as of December 31st, blah, blah, blah. Let's look at this. Duck Horn Portfolio Inc. produces and sells wines in North America. The company offers wines under a portfolio of brands, including Duckhorn Vineyards, Decoy, Golden Eye, Paradox, Migration, Canvasback, Calera, Costa Brownie, or Costa Brown, Greenwing, and Postmark. So this is a winery company. It says that it changed its name to the Duckhorn in 2021 from Mallard Intermediate. The company was founded in 1976 and is headquartered in St. Helen, California. Okay. Interesting. Winery company that is up 100%. What was the news on this one? Did it actually... I know it got those results out. Let's look at press releases. Butterfly to acquire. So this is an acquisition. Why is this thing looking like this? That's a messed up. Usually it's over here. Okay, whatever. All right, but that is an acquisition. I don't really mess with acquisitions. Let's look at TIGR. TIGR last news was on August 30th, so way back. No relevant news there. Let's check Yahoo to see if they have anything over here. Why is all of these looking like this? Is my site broken? Oh, no. Something just looks broken about this. I don't know. Anyway, jump back over here and not really seeing anything there. SRK though, up 230%. 2 hours ago, Scholar Rock reports apitegromab meets primary endpoint in phase 3 Sapphire study in patients with spinal muscular atrophy. Okay, so at least it has news within today, last 2 hours. Let's click into this and see what they're talking about. Met primary. Let's go see how rare this spinal SMA is. Okay. 1 in 10,000 live births. Okay, so affects females and males equally. One in every 10,000 live births. That's kind of a lot, isn't it? We'll see, whatever. It does have news, but looking at the chart here, looking at the 15-minute chart, popped up here to 34.99 and came back and got pushed into 24.84s with the bottom right here of 22.11 for the actual bodies of the counter, and then the wicks kind of wicked on down here a little bit, but we'll just focus on the bodies for right now. It has 4 million shares traded. Let's jump back over to the NQ and see why it's coming up. Did it pop any news or anything? Nope, no news. It says that Market Watch why Goldman Sachs has bumped its S&P 500 target for the third time this year. That's not something that that I could trade off of, right? But yeah, came down and hit this level, formed a little higher low, but hasn't hit any levels that have been tested multiple times yet. Like this one right here, again, it already hit this one during aftermarket before the open, but The other one would be up here, maybe the 2200s. And if it shows some selling pressure up here, then maybe that'll be some type of short position. But it could take all day to get up there, and I'm not going to wait around all day. Looking for it to something obvious to happen in the time period that I'm looking to trade. But yeah, we'll keep a couple of these on watch. Only one stock has reached 10 million shares so far in a PA, and that's an acquisition. So not too interested in that one. Tiger, TIGR, hasn't had news since August 30th and is already showing some wicks into Monday morning. Almost a 10 million shares traded though, only up 16%, so not even a leading gapper or leading gainer. I guess I'll end up watching a SRRK out of the open. We have about 15 or 17 minutes to the bell. One thing I have been doing on these days that I'm here doing the stream, I restart my TOS so I don't have to wait that 15 minutes. So TOS, to update the scans, it takes, I think it's like a couple minutes to update the scans, but if you restart your platform, it just automatically does it. I don't have to wait that extra time. So probably gonna restart it towards the open, right around that 8:30 mark. And it's a good way to see if TOS is having issues too. So if you log out and try to log back in, and it's like takes a long time, or it's like no, you can't get in right now because it's so much volume or something like that, you'd be like, okay, there's issues that I don't want to be a part of. Or you can go and check out the down detector if that happens to see if any reports are coming through. All right, back up to NQ. I just don't have a whole lot of bearish sentiments on the NQ because no bearish news has really came out. That's the only thing with it. I'd rather go long. Ooh. Got about 15 minutes to the bell. I'm just gonna sit and watch what the market's gonna do, and it's coming into the open. Um, we have previous days ATRs. It started trading around 6 p.m. And one good thing I like about the SPY, because it starts trading before, or not the SPY, the NQ, it starts trading before everything else. You can kind of get a gauge of what the market is doing and where the new resistance levels, because this was the close on Friday, or actually it was the close on Friday or Saturday. I forget which one it is. I think it's Friday. And then it opened up and showed us new levels of resistance and then moved down from that level. So I'm thinking this is some type of resistance because it got knocked off about $200 away from it. And then I'm like, okay, well, but the idea or the sentiment that I have is still bullish. So I'm like, got knocked down. Can it retest said highs? And how long is it going to take it to retest that? And if it gets up there and I end up buying for a break, is it going to go, or is it just going to rip back down? So I would rather buy low, let it test down here, around the 20,000, see if it can hold and get some momentum going, and then go back up there to the 200 whatever's. But it also has some levels further down that we saw. Good morning, Donnell. So has some levels further down that we saw down here at the 19.8s, which I traded off of. And then, what was this one? This one kind of looks random. This is why a lot of times I have to take these off and take the obvious ones instead of taking the ones that look random. because the ones that do look, what was I trying to say? The ones that do look obvious are more important when it comes to people just waking up in the morning looking at the charts than, you know, those random ones. It may or may not stop it, or may or may not even consider. But the reason that these are up here, this one has not been tested again. 20,537. Haven't seen a test up there yet again. But it could be something there. And then 2,398, it almost got a double test, but it really didn't. And then this one almost got a double test at 20,300, and kind of fell off of there. So just taking into consideration the things that have been tested more than once, and this one's been tested 3 times, so it's got a lot of confirmation there that it was going to go down. But today, I think I'm going to be looking for it if it can stop around this level. If it does come down around maybe the 20 something ish level and pulls back up, then I could be into a nice bullish play. And I'm gonna go ahead and turn this bad boy green where it stopped last time. I want to see it break this level and then reclaim it is what I'll be looking for. And looking for that first candle to make a new high. Oh, I did trade on Friday. I got a winner on SOXL. XOXL. Looking for it to come down, test this again, get through it, and then reclaim it on the bullish idea, because I still am of the bullish mindset on this one. Unless news drops and they're like, oh no, you know, something huge just happened, then I'm just gonna stay out of the market for today. Because at this point, that news should have dropped unless it's going to be like a active event. SSRK is going up. Had a little high right at 25, which it is creeping above with 5 million shares traded. Still a little bit low volume for me. Need to see some gusto. There it is, 25 from 25.15 to 25.75 that quick. 60 cents. So this thing looks like it's going to have some range. It is a medical type catalyst, and it is the disease does affect a good amount of people. If it's 1 out of every 10,000 births, there are millions of people on Earth. So, and it affects equally males and females. So we'll see how that plays out. But I think that's the strongest news catalyst that I've seen on today. SRRK. And I guess we got to keep in mind the psychological levels. We have the $20 down here that could get hit. And then up here, I think the 20 would be even more powerful being a whole dollar and a $10 level than anything else that I'm seeing right now. Because I mean, yeah, it could go up to 30, but I mean, I don't know. I'll have to see how it reacts at 20. Can it break this down and reclaim it to move up? Oh, it's got a giant float. Oh Lord. Donnell says he called it out. Let's see. Let's see. SSRK. I didn't even check the float. I just looked at the news. Let's go see what the float's looking like. All right, so float on this one is 55.45 million. Institutions have a huge holding. What in the world? 100 and yeah, this one's gonna be playing games today. That's a big institutional holding. Like where are the little guys? Where are the little guys on SRRK? That's insane. Let's look at the holders here on right here. Let's see who's holding. So we have Artul Group. We don't have any. Where's okay, here's BlackRock. BlackRock is in there. Vanguard is in there. And those are the two biggest names I see straight off the top. Mutual fund holders, Vanguard, Russell, Fidelity. So it's definitely got some big holders in here. So I don't know about that one. I might stay out of the way on that one. It's got some whales in that one. Let's go over to BAM SEC and look at SRRK. That is crazy. They don't have any shelf registrations or anything like that. Yeah, this thing might be playing games today. Shares outstanding 75.98 million. Shares float 65.38. Insiders, institutions. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that one. I guess I'm just gonna have to watch and see. It is Monday, so it's no rush. Plenty of money to be made this week. Just looking for some news, looking for something to be active about. Yeah. Okay. Glad Daniel called that out. I was looking, I was like, this thing looks like it can get going. It is a little bit higher float, so you know, what's up, Caramel? What's up? What's up? We're watching a couple of stocks today. Looking over here on the scans, we went through Napa, NAPA, which is an acquisition, but it's up 101%. I'm guessing it's going to trap a couple people. It's already got 18 million shares traded, but again, it's an acquisition. TIGR, which is a mover from last week, only up 14%, but getting some attention with almost 10 million shares out of the open, but it is Monday morning. Nvidia red on the day, as well as the SPY NQ and the QQQ. So the overall market sentiment on the day is red, but we know that the idea from last week was that the jobs report came out pretty positive. So I haven't seen any news for reversal off of that. So I'm still thinking bullish until I see some news that says otherwise. I'll be watching XOXL, XOXS, and I'll also be looking for anything new to pop on, any new small caps. But the thing about small caps, if they're gonna be good, if they're gonna be, active, you'll see them during the pre-market. Now, this scanner that I have here is pretty much looks above $5. Um, and these other ones up here, they'll fill in the blanks. So anything under 5 and even over 5, this one is specifically for things that were not gapping in pre-market but have gapped up during intraday. They'll pop up here, and then anything that is under 5 or whatnot, that's a small cap, will pop up here, and then I have a large cap scanner. I really have not found my place in mid caps. Mid caps are just hard to trade for me. They're always either they move too much or they move not enough. Like either they're throwing wicks or they're just taking off, and I just can't find an entry. I'm like, okay, I stick to large and small. Then you want to play that game, but that's not to say I just won't trade a mid cap. It's just my statistics do not support my actions on mid caps. All right, we got about 5 minutes to the bell, and we're going to watch. Oh boy, SRRK. I guess out of the open. Well, you know what? I'm gonna do this by volume. Oh, Yeah, I'm gonna do this by percent gain. So I'll watch SRK to see if it fails, and then because it's still the crazy thing is it's got such a big range, but this low volume. So I want to see what the true sentiment is, even with this low volume. Pumping down right there, just got a little hit. Took a little hit off of 26 and popped down. But yeah, beginning of the week. Last week was good, nice and green. Want to keep it there. Um, I actually reduced my risk per trade. It was 500. I think I'm gonna bring it down to whatever share size that I take. Like if I take 300 shares, I just risk 300. Because the thing is, I'm rarely ever seeing a $300 loss or something like that. I'm like, why? It's no point to just look for it to go down there or give it that much running room if I'm never seeing it. Um, Now, if I size up 500 shares or 600 shares, then I'll have to increase the risk. But, you know, as far as what I've seen so far, I'm like, I just don't need the $500. I just never see it. I don't see it enough. You know, I can understand, 250 loss, 150 loss, but 500, no point. I'm completely wrong at that point. But yeah, 2 minutes until the open. Watching SRRK out of the open, 251% up. Actually, during these first 5 minutes, though, I'm probably gonna restart my platform because I want to see if my scans pick up anything else. A lot of times, TOS it takes about 10 to 15 minutes for the scans to start really showing up. A lot of times when I'm trading on days that I'm not streaming, I don't even open up my platform until you know 8:30, and that gives me 30 minutes until 9 to actually do research and all that. So everything is kind of there. But let me get ready to do it here. Just gonna sit through this slow market. Hey, we'll see. We'll see what happens. We shall see. But I'm thinking SRK, how many people mentally will be looking at this $20 level if it comes down here? Could I take 10 shares and just see what happens? Like, I don't know. But I feel like I need to have more of a thesis behind it. Previously on Friday, it closed with the ATR of 65 cents, so it usually moves 65 cents. And we'll see if it chops down to that normal range of just moving 65 cents in a day, or if it's going to actually open up a whole lot and be a whole lot bigger than that. But I'm probably gonna restart my. I'm gonna give it like the first minute just to see what happens, but I'm gonna restart my platform and jump back in. So I can see anything that is low. Actually, they might just populate. We'll see. We'll see. I'm gonna be a little bit patient. All right, there's the open. ATR high up here at 28.31. ATR lows down here at 24.37. And it only has 6 million shares traded right now. The SPY and NQ are moving up. SPY and NQ are moving up there. Bang, bang. Okay, moving up, but I'm still not, I really don't know what it wants to do just yet. Pulling back down on the NQQs and the everything. Wow. Nice little bump down off of this point of control level of the 20,158, but this candle has not closed yet. So I'm wondering, hey, can you get down here to the 20K and bounce again? All I need is a little bounce. That's it. And I'll be looking for XOXL on that bounce if it does come down here. I want to see it break this level and then get up, recover. But we are in the first 30 minutes of the market, which I usually wait before I start taking trades. Let's go jump over to SRKK or SRRK. Again, moving up here towards the ATR highs of the 28.49. Looking to get a little test, but has not broken out yet. 7 million shares traded, so it's coming up to that 10 million mark. Does it follow the market? It's a positive beta, but it's so small it doesn't really matter. It's too close to zero to really be affected by the market movements. Market going red, SPY going red. Looking at NQ, or NQ, QQQs, all of that across here, and seeing them show some red movement. SPY going red now. All of that, all of that. Let's see all of that. Look at this big sale. Still not interested though. A lot of times, you know, I will get in on this and be like, oh yeah, let's just write it down, and then it doesn't go down. I'd rather just give it some time, show me some movement to the previous level of strength, and then I have a little bit more conviction. All right. Okay, looks like my scans are updating. Never mind. I was tripping. They did pop in. I'm not restarting anything. SRRK did not reach this ATR high, 28.39 yet. Doesn't mean it's not going to, but it is going to be probably a little bit choppier with that higher float. It's not a crazy high float. It's not like 100 million, but it is a little high. Okay. Yeah, NQ and all of those are headed downwards. I don't know why XOXL is up here with the SPY coming down like it is, but yeah, that's crazy. It is above ATR highs. SOXS, let's see where you are. And you're going lower. Interesting. SOXL coming up here. Had just a small little gap in here on the 15-minute. Coming back to these levels. But yeah, we got time. Let me look over here on, but it isn't a real gapper. A lot of times when it's a gapper, I'm expecting it to continue going. This one being up 1%, you know, something like that, that's not really a gap. When I say a gap, I'm talking about like maybe 3 to 4% or higher and looking to continue to move in the same direction. With this, I just think about range plays. You know, it could go up, could go down, you know, just kind of sit and wait to see what happens and then play a reversal. Okay, Nvidia going on up there. I don't know. A lot of these ones that follow the market real strong, um, having these strikeouts, but then I look over here at like NQ and it's not looking great to the long side. So why are people still so bullish as the SPY looks like this? It looks like a big indecision, and now it's got to make a decision which way it's going to break. Either it's going to break down this or it's going to break down this, or break up through this. But right now, this indecision probably has everybody sitting on their hands. Yeah. 570 looks like it's holding a little bit. We'll see if it wants to get up. If it does start pushing them out, we have an ATR up here at 20,001, well, 20,200 just about. And then we got the next one up here. So I want to see, can I find a combination entry? So basically looking for two things to overlap. If it's the ATRs, if it's like a level that's been tested multiple times like this one, what kind of overlap can I see for a reason for it to reverse? But the other thing that I'm conflicted with is that I'm still bullish on this overall thing. So, would that be a good reversal, or would it just continue through the ceiling? Would I just be buying and getting pushed to the moon because of jobs report? I'd much rather see it come down here to 20K and then play it back to the upside than play it from the upside to the downside with that bullish idea in mind. Okay. So SRRK coming up to almost 10 million shares traded, 9 million shares, and it could not move up here to the ATR highs. With almost 10 million shares traded on it, couldn't move. How much is this? This was open was 26, $2. So there'll be a $2 move there. ATR on SRRK right now is $2.04. But I don't know if that's real because on Friday it closed with a 65-cent ATR. So I'm wondering, is it going to close down? Nvidia taking the lead as far as volume goes, moving from the open at 125 up here to the 127s. And the NQ is moving up as well. So it did break out of here, and I'll just be watching it. Maybe it'll break up into here and consolidate. Don't really know how far it wants to go. But still, if it closes back towards the middle, it's going to be a big indecision candle. Still looking like it wants to push. That means XOXL is probably nice and green. Yep. XOXL, nice and green up here. Previous levels that it could turn around at probably around this 3750 or something, but I really don't base it off of this. I base it off of the NQ. I really don't care about what SOXL is doing. I'm looking at this and seeing what levels it's hitting as the overall market. Running around. SRRK that you is pushing up. It still hasn't broken out. Very slow movement off of the open. I guarantee a lot of people are going to get joked into this, especially with slowing down. They're going to get complacent. They're going to get patient. And I think they're going to get caught in something nasty. They're like, oh, yeah, just give it time. Just give it time. And then it snaps back. It's got 10 million shares traded now, though. All right, NQ snatching back into what we were looking at. If it closed in the middle, it'll just be a big indecision candle. So this is what we're looking at on the NQ. Went up here, tried to get out, but coming back into this candle here if it closes down towards the 20,100s. Can it start doing some inside candles and showing us that it wants to continue downward? If so, SOXS is down at $20 right now. We'll see if it pushes down any more for some type of reversal. It did do a slight gap fill down here around $20. But NQ is really going to have to show some real bearishness for this thing to reverse. which is kind of showing. Kind of showing here. Back into the middle. And that's what I was talking about. Just a big indecision. Now it just needs to close around here for people to be like, oh, this might break here, and they'll use this as their out. This 20,100 whatever. I still have time before I end up taking any trades. I don't trade until 9, but I will be watching this thing to the bearish side if we can get a test back towards this 20K. But just giving it some time. Don't really know yet. Giving this candle time to close. Let's jump back out to SRRK. Did throw a wick up there to the ATR highs. Found a little bit of resistance there. All right. I'll be looking around. I really don't know. I'm probably just going to be sitting on my hands for a while. If it goes past my trade time, oh well. I'll just be back tomorrow with full focus and mental awareness, you know. Not really draining my mental capital if I don't have to. SRRK, though, slowly making its way up. NQ. All right, NQ into what looks like a bearish movement, but has not closed this candle yet. 2 minutes left until the close of this candle. I'll continue watching it, but if it starts trading inside candles in here, this top candle is longer than the other side. It will need to kind of close upward if it's going to try to create a bullish momentum again. But as of right now, I don't know. It's just an indecision candle to me. Could go either way. See how it's pulling back in like that? I don't trust it. It could easily just pop in here and just consolidate right here. Anyway, I'm about to get out of here and get to my morning meeting. Appreciate you guys for tapping in. From last week, I forgot to look at this one. CHSN was a huge gapper from last week. It went from $3 up to $44. This was a Chinese company. I think this was a pump and dump. A lot of gaps on Friday. I actually put it into the Discord, but now halted to the downside. And that's how easy it is to get caught up on something like that. Halted to the downside. And I think that's the only other one that I was gonna look at. If you guys want to continue the conversation, we can do that in the Discord, but I got to get to this meeting. Appreciate you guys once again. Keep your head on the swivel. I may be with Donnell today and just sit on my hands, but we'll see. We'll see what I see coming into the 9 o'clock area, and see if things want to become. Oh, it broke down a little bit to the other side. Wow, this is a hard one to trade. It's starting to look like some real consolidation in here. Anyway, got to get out of here. Appreciate you guys once again. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one. Stream on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And yeah, NQ. I don't know, man. That thing's looking crazy. I'm about to go though. All right, y'all. Peace out.